We got a good story here. You were already freaking out when I started reading this one.
Oh man.
You want to? All right. Well, hold on.
Yeah,
Without scrolling down, just read the title.
Dog owner spends $4.6 million on Super Bowl advert thanking vet for saving his pet's life.
There's a subhead. It says 7-year-old Scout was given just 1 month to live before vets intervened. Now, before we actually read the story, what do you think?
I think it's ridiculous that he spent that much money on an advert when
it's basically $6 million.
When that vet probably could have used that money himself for his life. Like, you know what? Thanks for saving this. Here's $4.6 million for you to use. Like, what is the point of this? It's like, what is he really trying to do? Like, tell the world what happened?
Yes.
Is that it?
No. You just fell for the oldest, a modern media trick.
What
is
is
a
it?
really good example of what's wrong with the media. The story is not about him thanking vet for saving his pet's life. The story is him launching a fundraiser for the University, I believe, of Madison's veterinarian research. They framed it that way so you would have that reaction.
Yeah.
When you'd see the headline, you'd be like, that's so dumb. Why would he do that? I assure you there are people walking around right now being like, what a dumb waste of money.
It does feel
Here's the
like
real
it, yeah.
story.
Mm-hmm.
Guy, it's the mascot, unofficial mascot for a company, WeatherTech. His dog's life was saved, and so he decided to launch a fundraiser for the university. And so he bought an advertisement asking people to donate to the university, bringing awareness to what they do, how they help animals, and how other people can donate. And I assure you, they're going to make more than $6 million back. Mm-hmm. So my first reaction was, yeah, why don't they just, why doesn't he just give them the money? They can use it. No, awareness could be more important.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
Oh, read the story now.
Let's see. A dog owner is so grateful to a veterinary school for saving his pet's life that he is thanking them with $4.6 million Super Bowl advert.
That's pounds though, so it's $6 million.
I see. Yeah. Okay, $6 million basically. In the summer of 2019, David McNeil was told that his dog Scout had been diagnosed with an aggressive cancer in his blood cell walls, or vessel walls. The prognosis was not good, and vets told McNeil that the 7-year-old dog had just 1% chance of survival and about a month to live. See, quote, there he was in the middle of the room.
So here's what he said. I'll read it.
Go ahead.
There he was in this little room, standing in the corner, and he's wagging his tail at me. I'm like, I'm not putting that dog down. There's just absolutely no way. Scout was eventually brought to University of Wisconsin-Madison, where he immediately underwent chemotherapy and radiation to target the tumor on his heart. You want to know what's funny, though? Let me stop real quick. You know what my initial reaction was to this story?
Mm-mm.
Your reaction was like, that's so dumb. Why would he do that? My reaction was, oh, I'd totally do that if I could. I would literally be like, if someone saved, like Bucko, if someone like saved him, I'd be like, I'm buying you a billboard in Times Square. I'm going to put you, this guy saved my cat. It's not my cat though. Honestly, it's Emily's cat. But
for those wondering though, Tim's octave, his vocal octaves go up like 10 as soon as he's around this cat. Like,
oh yeah, because you got to speak in the right range of the cat. Because I'll tell you this,
it's so cute.
when you speak low, he gets kind of freaked out. He's like, "What's that? What's that noise?"
That's a low rumble.
Yeah. But let's read a little bit more and see what's going on with this here Scout, whose life got saved.
Is that Scout there? He is pretty.
That
cute.
is Scout. He is a nice little golden retriever. They say 1 month later, vets reported that Scout's tumor had shrunk by approximately 78% before falling to 90%. Today, the tumor has almost completely disappeared. To thank the experts at UWM, McNeil decided to put together a 30-second advert sponsored by his floor care company, WeatherTech, titled Lucky Dog, which tells Scout's story from diagnosis to recovery. Hi, I'm Scout, and I'm a lucky dog, a voiceover on the advert begins. And it's not just because I found a cool stick. Aw, that's actually kind of cringy. It's that I'm a cancer survivor, had a tumor on my heart, and only a 1% chance of survival. The advert, which is set to air during the second quarter of the Super Bowl on the 2nd of February, yes, I'm excited for that, by the way. It's going to be awesome. Super Bowl party. Cost McNeil $6 million to make. Okay, but to buy the space. Shows Scout playing on a beach before walking down the halls of a veterinary school alongside some of the real life pet health experts who helped save his life. At the end of the commercial, viewers are encouraged to donate to the cancer research efforts via a link on McNeil's company website. Their research has the potential to save millions of pets' lives, the voiceover says. Pets make a difference in your life. You can make a difference in theirs. McNeil said the statement that he created the advert to raise awareness and financial support for the incredible research and innovative treatments happening at the University of Wisconsin School of Veterinary Medicine. He continued, "We wanted to use the biggest stage possible to highlight Scout's story and these incredible breakthroughs, which are not just limited to helping dogs and pets. This research will help advance cancer treatments for humans as well. So there's the potential to save millions of lives of all species."
Yeah,
all
so
right.
that's way nicer than what I originally
Exactly
depicted in my head.
So
It was just what you just said. A billboard would feel like a complete waste to me.
Right.
And that's what I assumed when I read that title. It's like, so what? He's putting a billboard basically saying thanks for saving my dog.
But that's not, right?
I know that's not at all what it is.
Do you now understand why I rag on the media so much?
Oh yeah, definitely.
They knew what they were doing with this headline.
Definitely.
And that's messed up because this is not some selfish, stupid vanity project.
Right.
This
Not
is
at
him
all.
saying, I've got a great story.
Mhm.
The research they do can help humans too. It is
Yeah.
excellent research.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I wanted to start a fundraiser for them.
Mm-hmm.
And so they try and frame it like he's just doing this vanity thing. Like, it's like, it's still cool if someone saved your dog and you wanted to thank them, but the
Right.
story is so much bigger than that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll tell you what though, let's we can rag on the media all day and night, but let's talk about saving dogs' lives. I was recently, I won't get too specific on the story, but I was recently dealing with some pet family scares,
Mm-hmm.
and the vet told me, he basically said, it's about my brother's dog. You know what? Just give him some painkillers. And it was a very serious issue. I don't want to give too much details because my brother and the dog's privacy. But the attitude he had with us was, I mean, if you wanted to spend the money, yeah, you can go get him, an MRI and all that stuff to save his life. And so it basically felt to me like, I'm not trying to be mean to the vet. Like I appreciate him actually trying to help, my brother's dog and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the attitude he had was very much like, I don't expect you to want to spend any money to save this dog's life. Now,
Yeah.
have you heard about how millennials are buying like gourmet food for their pets and stuff?
Yeah.
Do you know why they're doing it?
No.
Because they're not having kids.
So their kids are their dogs.
Yep. So now instead of getting like gruel and like cardboard bits from, Walmart,
Yeah.
they're getting like the fancy, special delivery. Oh, did we just lose the little monitor cut out again? That's so annoying when that happens. Oh, actually, that's maybe why it's okay. This is really annoying.
Yeah.
Everything's spazzing out.
Yep. What is going on?
I have no idea what's happening. If somehow we're still live, maybe we are. All the monitors just basically cut out at the same time. And I have no idea.
Well.
Let's do this. All right, I guess. Did that solve the problem? You know what? That's a bummer. Now let's see if I can... okay, I guess we're still live. For those that are listening, one of our monitor panels just like totally fritzed out, and I think it was mine, and that explains why yours is still there. But
Yeah.
can I maybe get the story back over to you, and then you can take it over. Let's there we go.
Yeah.
All right, so now Adam can handle the reading stuff. So I can't actually get to it. So we'll send it over to you. Well, no, okay. Sorry about that, guys. Maybe we can splice that out when we put the clip up. I don't know. What was it? Oh yeah. So basically, the vet is treating, it's treating the life of the family pet as though like nobody would want to spend this money, and I think it's fair to say a lot of people probably wouldn't or probably couldn't.
Right.
But there is this big shift now where, millennials treat their pets like members of their family and not just the dog. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I mean, dogs have basically been, we've done that because we want them. They're our love slaves, basically.
To what lengths though would you go to like save your pet's life? That's an interesting question too. So like you guys can comment in super chats or whatever, and we'll.
That's a tough question, because it's like, I've seen when I was living at my mom's, she had many dogs, and I've seen one of them attack the other one. I've actually had to like pry the jaws off of another dog because they were attacking each other, and I couldn't like.
So what you're saying is that
scary.
you don't trust dogs, and dogs are dangerous.
No, they can be, but it's scary though, because then you have an injury. It could be, man, it really could be devastating monetarily wise. Like not many people can afford. What was the study? It's like a $400 swing in their daily,
like a $400 emergency could
emergency
bankrupt
fund,
somebody.
like nothing
So people
costs
can't
under
afford it.
$400. Everything's going to be a couple thousand
But
at least.
it's crazy to me. Like, I get it, man. You're not gonna, you know, if you had to spend $1 million to save your kid's life, you'd do it. You'd figure it out.
Of course, yeah.
Dog, you probably wouldn't, I guess. But that's like, I don't know,
if you
man.
had the money.
I'd probably go to much greater lengths to protect, you know, my dog or my cat or whatever pet.
Yeah.
Because I care about them. And I kind of feel like this too, more so with dogs, because I like dogs better than cats.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs to me are like everything humans value in other humans: unconditional love and loyalty and obedience. It's like I look at dogs and they're like faithful soldiers who are like, yes, sir. Not all of them, you know, but like a good family dog.
They are to their owner.
Right. They're your like lieutenant, man.
Basically,
like
yeah.
think about like humans hunting with dogs, and like dogs were like, I trust you. Like, let me know what you need. We'll make this work.
Yep.
Unconditional loyalty, man. Do you know the story of Hachiko the dog?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those that don't, I'm gonna tell you a couple stories that I'm gonna totally ruin, but I'm gonna tell them anyway. Hachiko would go with this professor every day to the train station, drop him off, and then come back when the professor was returning and wait for his train to arrive. One day, there's a lot to the story too that I'm kind of cutting out, but one day the professor, he had a stroke while he was teaching, never came back. Hachiko went back to the train station and waited for him, but he never showed up.
And he never left.
Well, technically he did. They tried moving him, but he would always come back. And it was like, I think for 10 years, he would always find his way back to the station and sit there waiting. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so they built a statue for him. Now there's like and I don't know a whole lot about it, but I don't know much about what's going on in Japan, but apparently like there's like a loyalty day inspired by Hachiko. I think it's March 8th. I could be wrong. And there was like some big moment where someone found a recording that had Hachiko's bark on it. And like they were able to put the record, like vinyl record, back together, and then like millions of people tuned in the radio to hear the bark of this legendary dog that was, you know, profoundly loyal.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna tell you a brutal story, a totally brutal story, and we can wrap up second with this one. I'm gonna get it wrong, so the Welsh, take it up with me. Send me angry letters for ruining your story, but I'm gonna tell it to the best of my abilities. It's a Welsh story about. It's called Gellert's Grave. This story is brutal. We don't know if it's true or not, but it's a brutal story. So I'll just try and keep it really simple. Basically, there was this dude in Wales back in like, I don't know, 1100, 1300 AD. And he had a dog. He had a baby. And, you know, he went out of his little cabin to go do his, like, I don't know what errands were back in the 1300s or whatever, like collecting sticks or something or hunting rabbits. I have no idea. But he goes out for the day and he comes home and he sees that his home is like just like totally messed up, just like ransacked. And like things are knocked over. He frantically tries searching for the crib where his baby was, and he sees that the manger has been flipped and there's blood everywhere. And then all of a sudden his dog Gellert walks up, wagging his tail with blood all over his face. And I think Prince Lelwyn was the name, because I'm probably ruining your legend, Welsh. But anyway, he sees his dog covered in blood and everything ruined, and he says, you know, he thinks he killed my son, immediately pulls out his sword and thrusts it into the side of his dog Gellert, who lets out a dying whelp, which wakes up his baby. And so then when he hears the sound of his son crying, he looks over at the flipped over manger and he moves some of the rubble and the debris away and flips over the manger, and there's his son, safe and sound, next to a dead wolf that Gellert had slain, protecting his son from danger. And in his assumption and panic, he killed the dog who saved his son's life. And as legend tells it, he never smiled again. I would really love to do like a little short film about that, but it's basically, there's like this place in Wales, I think it's in Wales. It'd be really funny if it's not Welsh, and then like the Welsh are like, Tim, it's not our legend. No, it is. Are you giving me a thumbs up? Okay. But dude, brutal story.
That is brutal. Wow.
Some say it's not real. Some say that it's a story just to tell you not to make assumptions and to think things through without panicking. Others believe the story is true. But I think there's like a rock called Gellert's Grave or something, a tree or something, and the dog's supposed to be buried there. But like I read somewhere that like they did like an ultrasound or something and there's nothing there. So it's like not a true story. I got to be honest, I hope it's not a true story.
Yeah, it's brutal.
That'd be cool. You know, I think it would be actually a really great short film, only a couple minutes long, because it does tell a really important lesson about not making assumptions about, you know, anything. Yeah. To be calm, and it's one of the reasons I like it. It's also just because it's like, man, could you imagine the pain a person would feel realizing they did that to like the I don't care if it's an animal, a person who just saved the life of your child, and you thought they were the bad person, and you hurt them,
Yeah.
killed them, and then realized they were the ones who, man,
Yeah, that's rough.
dude, that's one of the reasons I've been talking to my friends about like, can we do like a short film like this? Because like capturing the emotion
Yeah.
of someone realizing what they had done, it would be a pain worse than witnessing the death of like, when your dog dies, it hurts. When your friend dies, it hurts. But knowing you did it would be like, I got to tell you, man, if hell is real, it's probably that feeling
Yeah.
for eternity. That's scary stuff.
Oof.